Welcome to Bangkok, 47. Ken Morgan has booked the Queen Suite, but has yet to check in. You will find him in and around the restaurant. Oddly enough, Jordan Cross seems completely unaware of his presence. Cross and the class have set up a recording studio in the Emperor's Suite on the 3rd floor. Private security around Cross and his entourage is highly capable. Still, I'm sure you can find your way into his inner circle. After all, today is Jordan Cross's 27th birthday. The age when rock stars die. Good luck, 47.
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and this is a Let's Play series of the Hitman World of Assassination trilogy. I will be playing all of the story missions on Master Difficulty with the default starting locations and loadout.
Hello there.
Here,
Checking in. Name's Tobias Reaper.
Thank you so much, sir.
yeah, just
Here's
checking
your key
into
card.
the hotel
Welcome to the
room. The
Hitman
agency has
Hotel.
set up a room for me under. This is like the first time we've heard Agent 47's alias, Tobias Reaper.
After you.
Sir,
Let this
please.
guy escort me to my
This way.
room. You don't have to do this, but I decided to
Saturday is
let the
purple.
guy take me to my room.
No. It's bad luck.
So this is Bangkok. This is a fun level, but as I've sort of said before, like a good Hitman level feels like a vacation, and this one, I guess my main issue with it is it's all set in a hotel, and so it's like a vacation where you never leave the hotel kind of a thing. It just the location sort of feels like it could be anywhere.
Welcome to the Hitman Hotel. Let me show
Like
you
it feels
your
like
room.
this could be set in, Los Angeles or any other sort of warm place. I mean, it does look more tropical than like LA would look naturally, but it just doesn't feel like you're in Thailand when you're playing this mission. The architecture style feels very Western,
There goes my next
and it just
ex-husband.
that woman is always says that to you. It's
This is your room, sir.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to, in a moment, going to call in room service and use that as an opportunity to get my first disguise. So that's why I came up here. Is it gives me an easy opportunity to get a quick disguise. So yeah, I like this mission all right. It has 2 targets. One, Ken Morgan, who wanders around the hotel, first floor mainly, and then Jordan Cross, who's sort of up in his very protected area.
There's a.
I just feel like it was a
problem with
missed
the toilet.
opportunity to
Take care of it.
set a level in Bangkok
Now.
and then make it to have it in a hotel that feels very has a very Western architectural style and just doesn't really feel like you're in Bangkok at all. Although when you consider how famous Bangkok is for
Hello, sir?
the sex
You called
industry,
the
like
reception, sir? I am here to take care of the toilet, sir. Very sorry about
yeah,
that.
they sort of, if they had the level take place in Bangkok, I'm sure they would have felt an obligation to include a brothel or something similar, and that would have been cringe. So, in that sense, I'm kind of glad they went with the sort of hotel concept, but I don't know. I would have rather had them do something where you get to explore the jungle around the hotel or the some part of the outskirts of Bangkok, would have made it more interesting and made it feel more like you were traveling to an exotic location instead of just visiting a hotel. So yeah, there, I've just got my first disguise. I don't need to worry, no one else comes into the suite. I think I'm maybe looking for a place to hide the body. No, I was just looking for my the letter opener I threw. I wanted to pick that up in case I need it later. But yeah, there's no one comes in here, so I don't have to worry about hiding these bodies. There's no place to hide them, but it's not an issue because no one comes in here. I forgot to put the letter opener away. It's actually suspicious for me to be carrying that, so there, I put it away, so now I'm safe.
Extra shampoo.
So yeah, for this mission, I decided to just follow a couple of mission stories, just to make it really simple and straightforward to take out both of the targets. Ken Morgan, there are a lot of ways to eliminate him.
That is Ken the Brick Morgan, lawyer and corporate fixer.
But
Morgan again.
for Jordan
Mr.
Cross,
Morgan, sir.
it is tricky to
When
get up to
can
his
I
suite,
have
so
my suite?
Please accept.
it's a lot easier if you can follow one of the
No,
mission
that is very
stories.
rude, sir.
Mr. Morgan, sir. The Queen Suite really is ready for you now. Follow me, please.
Please step back.
Here, I was trying to get him to come with me, but I was standing too close to him, so I think that confused him. And now another person has walked in who can see through my disguise, so I'm trying to avoid them. There are a couple people in this hotel who can see through my disguise, so I have to be careful.
Mr. Morgan,
to smile.
sir. The Queen Suite really is ready for you now. Follow me, please.
Oh, you brought
He's
him
acting
back
like I
this
tried to lead him
time.
before,
Very
even though he
well.
never really tried to
Lead the
follow me
way.
before. He says that if, like, you start leading him and then you go too fast and you lose him. So now I'm leading him up to his hotel room that he booked. He's waiting for it to be cleaned, and the hotel is just behind on cleaning, so I'm leading him up there early, and it gives me an opportunity to get him alone and kill him, as you'll see. But yeah, I have to be careful. There's another, the bartender here can see through my disguise, so I kind of have to, I'm going ahead now because I have an opening where, oh, he almost spots me. But yeah, now I have to stop and wait, because if I get too far ahead, then he stops following me, and then I have to do it all over again, so.
Who's the jittery guy over there? Looks like another
But yeah,
one of those
luckily
rock-
he's still following me, and up here there aren't any enforcers, so I can go a little. I think there might be one, but I'm able to go a little more slowly, and I don't have to be as careful here. So yeah, in this sort of dead time for this mission, I think I'm going to talk about sort of difficulty in Hitman games. Like I said, when I play the game casually, I like to play on professional, where I can save as often as I want. And that's really mostly how I like to play video games these days. You know, anything... Like, I just don't have a lot of time, as much time as I used to play video games, so I like to... You know, being able to save whenever I want just makes it easier to finish the game.
You like a male
Makes it so I don't have to replay it as much. And yeah, just means I'm not wasting my time as much. I enjoy, you know, I enjoy like games where I can save often, and just games that aren't as difficult generally, just because they waste my time less. Although if I'm really into a game like I am with Hitman, I will play on harder difficulties. Like I'm playing on professional for the challenge,
Here we are.
where I only get one
I
save.
trust everything is to your liking.
A definite improvement. Hardly the Bourge à l'Arabe.
So
Let's
here now
take a
he's
closer
looking
look.
around, and he's gonna notice that they haven't quite finished cleaning, and he's gonna make Agent 47 finish up all the cleaning for him. But if you do that, it gives you an opportunity to kill him later, so it's, you know, worth it for that.
Move on, sir.
Ah, see there? A smear. As expected.
You can
Take care
clean
of
these
it,
up
please.
before he notices them, but
So sloppy.
I just wasn't sure if that would work or not, so I wait for
definite
him
improvement.
to notice the mess before I start cleaning it up. And there it's sort of using the blend-in mechanic. Like normally you can use a mop to pretend to be cleaning as a way to like hide and have people not notice you or not pay attention to you. But here it's sort of the game is using it as a way to like have you actually do the thing you're supposed to be doing when you're blending in. So it's kind of a fun use of that mechanic. Like having the blend-in actually do something besides let you hide.
Mm-hmm. Covered in dust. I dare say this so-called cleaning was rather... Mm-hmm. Everything seems to be in order here.
But yeah, as I was saying, I do enjoy games that are easier. I'm willing to, if I'm really into a game, I will like tolerate a bit of difficulty and a bit of like having to do things over and over again. But for most games, I prefer not to have to do that.
A soda can. Oh, get rid of that, honestly. Where's your sense of pride?
Yeah, it's one of the things with Hitman 3 is like in the main game you can plan a normal difficulty and save whenever you want, but a lot of the other game modes you don't have any saves at all, which is frustrating. Like I didn't get the DLC for this game for a long time. You know, partly I thought it was a little expensive, but also it was just they were all escalation contracts, which you can't save, so I was like, I don't really want a bunch of, you know, missions I have to play where I can't save, so I have to try it over and over again. And some of them were pretty hard.
Calcium stains. Why am I not surprised? You know what to
Like,
do.
I think I would have liked... I did eventually get the DLC. I got it when it was on sale. And I liked it, but I would have liked it a lot more if, like, I could have saved during those missions. Especially, like,
Now,
the Sloth DLC. That was way too hard. Like, being able to save would have made that a lot more fun.
Round 0.
Would have made it possible for me to figure out a way to do it Silent Assassin
Shall we?
instead of just barely squeaking by.
Appears clean.
So yeah, the guard conveniently walks into the next room right when he's investigating the toilet, which gives us the chance to drown Ken Morgan.
Target down. Now on to
So
Jordan
there, that's
Cross.
our first, our first kill of the mission. It's out of the way, and it was really easy. And again, we don't need to hide the body because that drowning counts as an accident. So even if the body is found later, it won't ruin my Silent Assassin rating. So yeah, now I'm heading back down out of the hotel room. Now I just need to figure out a way to kill my second target, Jordan Cross, and also to destroy the evidence. Destroying the evidence is going to be tricky. There's only one room where they store the security camera footage, and it's locked with a key card. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the basement, and there is a master key card in the basement. And once I pick that up, I'll be able to get into the room with the security footage. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going into the basement. And here I'm allowed to be here, but again, there are a couple people who can see through my disguise, so I have to find my way to find a way to get past them. So yeah. Yeah, the Hitman vision is very useful, but it is one of those things, it's sort of similar. It's similar to the sort of Batman vision that was in the Arkham games. And I like it as a feature, but one of the frustrating things is when you're playing, you tend to spend a lot of time using that sort of special vision. And it makes, like, this level, like, looks beautiful, looks gorgeous, but then you spend, like, half the game looking at it in a kind of weird black and white. So you're not really seeing the beauty because you want to see where the guards are, you want it to highlight items you can pick up. Now I've got a crowbar, which is convenient.
I don't even care about the money.
Now I'm waiting for this enforcer to go the other way so I can sneak past him.
So, in the flat we live in, stop me if I told you this already, but in the flat we live in, there's some kind of weird fungus growing on the bathroom wall.
So yeah, sort of back on the topic of difficulty. One of the interesting trends in games, I feel like difficulty in video games is one of those things that, like, I feel like as video games have evolved, there's sort of a pendulum that goes back and forth. Like, early on in, like, the 80s and early 90s, like, video games tended to be really hard. You know, arcade games were sort of hard by design to make you put in more quarters to keep playing. And a lot of console games, early console games were very hard as a way to sort of pad out the length, right? Like, if a game is hard, it takes longer for you to beat it because you have to try again and again. So there I have to sneak past a second enforcer, but I get past both of them now. Here, I'm going to pick up, just some poison and a screwdriver. I'm just picking up everything. I don't use, like, half the stuff I pick up. It's just a force of habit that if I see something useful, I pick it up. But yeah, so, like, for a long time, like, the default assumption was, oh yeah, video games should be difficult. It's a way to make them longer. It's, what the sort of audience expects. They expect, a challenge when they're playing a video game. And then sort of in the 2000s and, like, kind of early 2010s, games got bigger, games got more expensive to produce, and they needed to reach a wider audience. So then, one way to reach a wider audience with a video game is just don't make it too difficult. Like, when you make a very difficult video game, you're making it so a lot of people who would enjoy your game don't enjoy it because it's too hard for them. It's too difficult for them. So here, back to the level. I'm in the room with the master key card. I'm just waiting for a moment where it's clear where no one will see me pick it up. I think it's illegal for me to pick it up.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, that's actually not, but I was just paranoid. So I'm able to pick it up. Now I've got the master key card.
Except the key card. Those things are worthless.
Now I just need to sneak out of the basement, and then I can start the opportunity to kill Jordan Cross. But yeah, back to my train of thought. So in the 2000s, you had, video games needed to attract a wider audience, so they got a lot easier. People just figure out ways to streamline games, to make them simpler, to make them, easier to beat. And that sort of became the norm for a while, where video games just tended to just take out as much of the difficulty as they could, while still being enjoyable. And yeah, just to sort of broaden the audience and sort of make them accessible. And then, partly, I think, largely because of, Dark Souls, that game came out and it was insanely difficult, but it was also very popular because a lot of people who had sort of missed those very difficult games, like, were craving something that was more of a challenge, that was more of a test of skill. So I think that made a lot of devs realize that there's a market for games that are harder, and, a lot of games sort of made themselves more difficult, and sort of tried to copy the Dark Souls formula in various ways to sort of attract an audience that had maybe lost interest in the video games they were producing. So here, I'm about to save my game. I'm realizing it's sort of about the halfway point. I've got the key I need to destroy the evidence. I'm set to start my opportunity to kill Jordan Cross. And yep, as usual, I fail on the first try, so this is the attempt where I got it right. But yeah, so I feel like a lot of games got good at sort of having, like, sort of a base game that was easier and more streamlined and more of a smooth experience. But then they would find ways to have a more challenging mode. Like, for the people who are really into it, they sort of have extra content that's a lot more challenging and a lot more difficult, on the assumption that the people who really love the game are also the people who maybe want the game to be more challenging. And I think that's sort of what's behind the, like, extreme difficulty of the Hitman DLC. But you see it in a lot of games. So yeah, here I'm about to start the opportunity to kill Jordan. I need a different disguise for this. I have the hotel staff disguise. For this one, I'm going to need the chef's outfit. So here I'm trying to get a chef's outfit. So I try to use a coin to distract someone into the room. That coin landed a little too far away, so the two cooks over there didn't hear it. So I open the door again and throw the coin again a little closer. This time they hear it.
Okay.
Here I hide in the corner so he won't notice me when he goes to pick up the coin. And I can get behind him. See, now I close the door, I get behind him, and knock him out. But yeah, the sort of tiered difficulty approach that a lot of game designers are taking these days is interesting, and it crops up in a lot of places, like surprising places, like even The Witness, which is a puzzle game, like they make it easier by, like, letting you sort of get the ending when you've, like, done about half of the puzzles in the game. But then if you do all the puzzles, or if you do all the sort of main, like, story puzzles of that game, like, you can unlock a secret level with harder puzzles and a, like, timed, procedurally generated puzzle challenge. It's, like, a really interesting way to, like, basically create a Dark Souls-like experience in a puzzle game, where it's an extremely difficult, challenge to, complete those puzzles. So it shows up even in games and genres where you wouldn't expect it. So yeah, the first step of this opportunity is to get the cake topper with the number 27 on it. This is Jordan Cross's 27th birthday, so here I'm getting the cake topper so I can, put it on his cake so he will come down for his birthday party. Oh, I almost been spotted a couple times, trying to get out of this kitchen. Just pretty sloppy, but I managed to make it out. So yeah, so now I've got the cake topper, and yeah, now I can go into the other side of the hotel where Jordan Cross is, and here I'm waiting for the enforcer to get out of the way. I go up the stairs because, yeah, upstairs there are fewer enforcers, fewer people who can see through my disguise. But yeah, the other side of the hotel has been closed off. Like, we haven't gone there yet, but it's completely closed off to guests. Like, the idea is that the rock band is sort of booked out that whole half of the hotel, and it's completely closed off. And I'm able to get in because I'm a chef, and they know that they need a chef to, you know, prepare for the birthday party. So that's why I'm allowed in with this disguise. And here, behind that door with the key card, is the room with the security camera footage. I was thinking about sneaking in, but I see too many people noticing. Oh, I'm able to open the door, but I can't remember why, but for some reason I decided it wasn't worth the risk to try and do it now, and I decided to do it after I killed Jordan Cross, so... yeah. Anyway, now I'm going to head up the stairs in a little bit. Oh yeah, now there's the staff person standing in the corner there. I think that was what made me decide. Because I waited too long and then someone came over and I was like, I don't want to wait anymore. I'll just, you know, go ahead with the mission and come back to it. So yeah, I'll go up another floor of stairs, and on this level is where they are getting ready for the birthday party.
You know, if I wasn't a badass bodyguard, I'd be a chef.
So come into this room, where you can see there's the birthday cake already. It just needs the topper.
Yo, chef.
And then we can start the party. So I add the topper to the cake. And now once people see that the cake is ready, they will, you know, someone will go up and tell Jordan Cross, and the birthday party can get started.
Hi,
Oh yeah,
Dexy.
there's someone's calling
We're
Dexy,
just about
who's
ready over here. So,
Jordan Cross. I don't know if she's
birthday
his
boy.
assistant or his manager or what, but
We know.
yeah, she's the one who tells him to come down for the birthday.
Okay, yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, guys, Jordan's on his way down, so get into position and, you know, fire up those vocal cords, okay?
So yeah, now I just need to wait for Jordan Cross to come down. This will take a little bit. And here is all the roadies getting ready to,
It's better to improve the mood around here.
you know, sing for him for his birthday.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the look on Jordan's face. He probably forgot it's his birthday.
So yeah. But yeah, so anyway, it's as I was saying, it's interesting how games have sort of chosen to sort of often choose to have a, like, you know, have a two-tiered approach to difficulty, where they make the main game is still easy and streamlined to sort of maximize the audience, but then they have extra features that ramp up the difficulty for the players who are very invested in the game and are getting really good at it and want to challenge their skills. But yeah, I like the fact that the base game is easy. It just makes it easier. It lets me explore the levels. Like, I can find all of the sort of little details they put in the level, all those sort of hidden items that are scattered around, all the sort of interesting bits of story. Like, you can learn a lot about the people you're trying to kill and the other people in this level just by exploring. So, you know, the easy difficulty where you can save anywhere just makes it a lot more fun to explore and discover and find new things. That was one of the things I didn't like about Deathloop, is that game is sort of has a hard difficulty where if you die, you can lose a lot of progress, and it discourages exploration.
Surprise, darling! We wish you an awesome
Okay, here they're singing for his birthday.
We wish that to you, Jordan. Happy birthday!
Oh, well, shit, fellas. Look, I mean, that's pretty decent of you.
Don't mention it, darling. Have a taste. It's vegan. Yum!
Oh, vegan, huh? All right. You guys went through a lot of trouble, huh?
Oh, no, it wasn't us. Your father
And
ordered
here,
it.
yep,
father.
he screws up by mentioning the
he
father,
was
and
real
Jordan Cross has
particular.
daddy
I mean,
issues.
everything had to be just right for his son's big day, huh?
Oh, did he now?
So now he's tasting the cake, but now he's pissed at the mention of his father, and he's about to lash out at these people.
Oh, it's perfect, yeah. What an asshole!
Okay, thanks for doing this, guys, but why don't we give Jordan a little bit of space now, okay?
Way to go, Colin. Smooth as always.
Darling.
He sent me a cake, Dexy. A cake!
I know, but maybe your father is a complicated man. Maybe this is his way of reaching out and trying to.
Oh, that asshole never reached for anything but his wallet. Right? I'll tell you what this is. This is one giant frosting-covered fuck you. This is Thomas Cross saying, I own you, bitch. He's saying that no matter where I go or what I do, I will always screw up and need him to bail me out.
That's an awful lot to read into a cake.
Oh, you don't know him, Dex. And I pray you don't get to.
I'll give you a moment, darling.
So yeah, because we're doing this story and not like the other one, like we aren't, and you aren't seeing the cutscene, you aren't seeing what sort of Jordan Cross's issues are, but he murdered his girlfriend. He got in a fight with his girlfriend and murdered her, and his dad hired Ken Morgan to basically bail him out and cover up the crime.
Both targets down.
So that's
now head towards an exit.
Part of his resentment to his father is he resents his father for bailing out. There, I actually had to hide the body, even though it was a suffocation kill. It doesn't count as an accident. I'm not sure why. The rules for what counts as an accident or not are a little vague.
Hey,
but
could you give me a snack?
yeah, there. That's 2 targets taken care of, and yeah, Jordan Cross's body is hidden. So now we're good. We just need to take out the evidence, and we're good to finish the level.
Hi, Chef.
Oh, but yeah, like I was saying with Deathloop, like I really enjoyed the game. I had a lot of fun playing it. But one of the things I wished I could have explored more. Like you learn like some of the story about the people on that island and your character's relationship to them. But like I felt like there was more for me to learn and find out, and I didn't really get to because the difficulty was too high. I just like it was just too like I didn't really have the luxury to be able to just wander around and explore at my leisure. So I stopped playing before I really wanted to because it was just getting too difficult.
Dispatch, for Christ's
So
sake.
they're, yeah, they notice the impact of the bullet, but they don't see me, and I'm able to sneak out and put the gun away before anyone spots me. So now I am in the clear, as long as I don't get spotted by anyone. Oh, there's the hotel manager. Yeah, she's going downstairs, so she's not going to spot me. And the bartender over here can see through my disguise.
What's cooking?
I'm able to get past him. And there's the other receptionist who can see through my disguise, but it's not that hard to sneak past him. But yeah, for Deathloop in particular, I just wish I'd been able to like play a mode where I can explore those levels and save as often as I want, so I could have like seen all of the level and like found all of the little tidbits of story that I know were sprinkled around. Because I feel like the game ended, but I feel like I didn't get the full story of what happened in that game, and that's just kind of a disappointment. Whereas here in Hitman, like if you play, especially like the game encourages you to play through multiple times, like you get the full story about what's going on with all these people and like what their past is and what their issues are, and so yeah, it just makes for it makes for a more relaxing experience overall, which I also like in video games. I don't want a video game that stresses me out. Like I'm playing this to relax. I don't need it to be difficult or agonizing to play. It can be easy and relaxing. I would prefer that most of the time. Yeah, there. And that's the mission. Now we're just gonna wait to see the rating. Here, see I got Silent Assassin. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.